Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing kind of a first impressions get ready with me of the Colourpop Meant to Be kind of cool green mint palette. I'm kind of late to the game with this one, but I had other videos that I wanted to get up first. But I've actually been very excited and looking forward to doing this one. This is kind of a cool kind of green toned palette. This is actually the second green tone palette that Colourpop did. The first one they did was the Just My Luck palette. This one was kind of more deeper, more warm toned greens. I actually really like this little kind of olivey color right there. That's one of my favorites. Next month in March, probably around the second or third week, right before we get to St. Patrick's Day, I'm actually going to take these two palettes and I'm going to combine them to do kind of a St. Patrick's Day look. So be looking forward to that one. I had told myself I was not going to get this palette, but I kept seeing it all over YouTube and Instagram and other places, and I just loved the really pretty, cool kind of fairy shimmery shades in this palette that I just went on ahead and I picked it up. The Meant to Be palette is a 9-pan monochromatic palette. It's a mixture of matte shades and metallic shades. Once again, like the Nude Mood palette, I'm very happy to say that there are no pressed glitters in this palette, just some really pretty icy tone metallics. Let's get started with some swatches. I pre-filmed some swatches ahead of time to just drop into the video because I'm still learning how to do live swatches and I haven't quite perfected that yet. So let's go to the swatch video, and then after that we can come back and we can start putting some makeup on and playing with these colors and seeing what kind of look that we could do. Alright guys, here are the close-up swatches from the palette. From left to right, you have Get Fresh, which is a matte. You have Mint Tea, which is kind of a lime green metallic. Then you have a silvery metallic with Play It Cool. In the second row, we have Seltzer, which is also a matte. We have Mojito Mommy, which is another metallic. Then we have Demente, which is kind of a lime green matte. On the third row, we have Ice Cold, which is that turquoisey greenish shade, followed by Freshman, which is another metallic. And last in the palette, we have Chill Factor. And Chill Factor is kind of an olivey, deep kind of a green. And those are the swatches. One of the things I noticed when I was doing my swatch video is that these shadows are like a little more chalky, a little more powdery, but I figured that's just because they're more pastel shades, so it's probably why they're just coming off that way. I'm going to wait till I actually put them on my eyelids and see how well they blend together before I make a final decision on the formula. Let's go ahead and get started, play around with some makeup, and see what we come up with. I've already primed and prepped my face. The primer that I'm using today is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is one of my favorites. I've also gone on ahead and done my eyebrows. For foundation, I'm going to do the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. This is in medium dark. It says the undertone is neutral olive. Went on ahead and I squeezed some on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take that and just start patting that into the skin. This one's just a little bit deep for my skin tone. As you can tell, it looks really orange on camera. But I like to use this one when I want to kind of warm up the skin and give myself a little bit more of a tan, you know, in the wintertime when it's like super cold like it is today. I like a little more warmth to the skin. The last couple of days here in Tennessee have been absolutely frigid. And I do not like the cold. I like warmth. I like sunshine. When it's super cold, all I want to do is crawl under my covers and just stay in bed all day with YouTube or Netflix and some hot cocoa or some hot tea. Move my hair out of my way. I like the coverage in this foundation, and it does kind of set down pretty nicely, but it can be a little bit hard to blend. It like takes a little bit of time to kind of work into the skin. I'm gonna blend a little bit down my neck since this one is a little bit dark for my skin tone. I think I actually forgot just how deep this shade actually was before I started playing around with it. But, you know, we do what we do. I'm going to take my under eye Becca corrector and just kind of dab that in the areas where I have a little more darkness, just to kind of blend and smooth that out. As I mentioned in my hits and misses video, this color corrector is become my holy grail. Every time I do my makeup, I always use this. I never do my under eyes without using this first. It makes every concealer that I use just so much better. So like if I have a concealer that's a little more drying, like this one, this is the Revolution concealer, Conceal and Define. This one can be a little bit drying, but when I use it with the Becca under eye corrector, it smooths out a little nicer, and it doesn't dry my under eyes. And it actually stays pretty nice and smooth throughout the day. All right, let's go ahead and set the face. This is called the Lamila Color Geometry Gather Beauty Setting Powder. I actually bought this off of Amazon for like $10. I'll make sure that I put the link in the description box along with everything else. This powder, I got it because it said that it was like waterproof, and it was like, okay, well, if it's waterproof, maybe it'll, kind of help with my oily skin, which doesn't make any sense. Oil and water, like two different things. But I haven't tested the waterproofness of it. And then in the ads, they literally take a bucket of water, like pour it on the model's face. I haven't tested that theory yet, but I will say this powder goes on so nicely, and it makes the skin look so smooth. It just goes right in to the skin. It makes the pores look really nice. It helps the texture of the skin look a lot more smooth. It's just a really, really nice powder. It's blurring as well, so it blurs imperfections and just makes the pores and the skin just look really, really nice. Once again, I don't set my under eyes. I leave that area as is because it tends to dry out if I do put any kind of powder there. I think I want to go ahead and do blush next. This is a blush trio from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's in Peachy Love. It's got like some really pretty, just kind of peachy corally shades. I think I'm going to go in with this middle shade right here for this look. This is called Ginger. I actually picked this up. I think the regular price was like $30 or something. I paid $9 for this. I picked this up in Marshall's. TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Ross, Burlington. You can find some really nice luxury and high-end products in there if you just kind of dig around a little bit. I found a couple of products from Too Faced, another highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. You can find all kinds of gems in there if you just, kind of dig around. Do a little treasure hunting there. I'm just dabbing the blush to my cheeks. I thought this peachy shade would be really nice against the cool tones of the Mented palette. The left side's looking a little more pigmented than the right. Just add a little bit more to the right side and blend that in. This was my first experience with Anastasia blushes, and these are just like so nice. Highlighter. This is from the Colourpop Disney Villains collection. This is Maleficent, Mistress of All Evil. This is a Supershock highlighter. This is actually one of my favorites. It's a very kind of a glowy, kind of a rose gold kind of shade. Kind of tap into that. The Supershock formula is like It's a powder, but it's kind of creamy and wet. So sometimes it takes a little finessing when you put it on the skin. You have to kind of like play around with it and just kind of blend it in. You know, just kind of take your time. And look at how blinding that is. Wow. This brush kind of picked up a lot of the pigment as well, and kind of, so went a little heavier in the skin than I was planning. A little bit on the Cupid's bow. See if I can tone this down and blend it in just a little bit. Just a little bit more glowy than what I was going for. I was looking for glow, not headlight beams. All right, now it's time to dig into this palette. I just love these cool tone shades. The only thing about these shades is that some of them might pull similar to each other on the eyelid. I'm hoping that there's enough of a contrast that we can have a little bit of depth, but you know, just get started and see. Start off all over the lid, the Get Fresh, which is this lighter green shade right there. It's my BH Cosmetics brush. Tap into that. Oof. Definitely a lot of powder. Hopefully we get a nice blend on the eyelids, and it won't be as powdery and chalky as it was when I did the swatches. This Get Fresh shade, it's blending okay. It's going on. Yeah, you can see it's going on smooth. Kind of liking that. So far, so good. I think maybe I want to go into Lamente, which is kind of this light, kind of limey green here, and then maybe take Chill Factor, which is the deepest shade, and kind of maybe put that on the outer corner, and then take one of these metallic shades kind of all over. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics. This is the number 17 blending crease brush. Dip that into Demente and take that into the crease. So far, I can say that the shadows are blending less chalky and less powdery than they were in the swatches, but as you can see, the shades are pulling very close to each other. There's not a whole lot of contrast between that Get Fresh lighter shade and that Demente kind of a lime shade. I mean, there's a little bit of depth, but not a whole lot. But it's still a really pretty shade. Yeah, they're definitely going on much smoother and less powdery than they were in the swatches. That makes me very happy because I absolutely love this color story. Now I'm going to take my e.l.f. blending brush here, and I'm going to dip into Chill Factor. And we're going to take that, a little more powder. Now, like I said, these shades are a little more powdery, but I'm very happy that they're not coming off chalky. They just blend it really, really nicely. That's nice. I'm liking that. I like how that's going on. It is the start of the last week in February when this video is going up. So we are about a week out from officially starting con season. Now, I'm a cosplayer, so what that basically means is that we're now about to start all the major comic and toy conventions coming up over the year. My family and I, we kind of travel around and go to different conventions, dress up in costume, have a good time. There's the one coming up next Saturday is the Tupelo Comic Con. It's in Tupelo, Mississippi. And then in a few weeks, in around the third week of March, we're going to be going to the Lexington Comic and Toy Convention, which is in Lexington, Kentucky. I don't know if we're going to stay at that one for the whole weekend. Right now, we're just kind of planning maybe just going on Saturday. Right now, this is the seltzer shade that I'm kind of using to blend in the top here. I'm mainly going to that one because there are a few celebrities that I'm wanting to meet. Matt Ryan from Constantine is going to be there. Judd Nelson, Anthony Michael Hall, Ali Sheedy, and Molly Ringwald from The Breakfast Club are going to be there. Ralph Macchio and the Cobra Kai gang, they're going to be there. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about that. So more than likely, we're just going to go up on Saturday and just do the photo ops, and that's pretty much it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to dress up in costume for that day or not, since we're only going up for that day. Yeah, con season for my family is a very busy and fun time of the year. So we're looking forward to that. Now that I've kind of laid down, you know, my base here and my, you know, my deeper crease shade deep in the outer corner, let's see if we can pick out a shimmery metallic shade to kind of go over and kind of bring the eye out and pop. We've got Minty, Play It Cool, Mojito Mommy, and Freshman. What do I want to do here? I think I want to do Minty, which is kind of the lime green shade. I'm going to take a flat brush and spray it with a little bit of setting spray. This is my Gerard Cosmetics setting spray, and dip into Minty and dab it right in the center here. Just place it right there. The wet brush, it's coming off just a little patchy. The shadow, like right here, is kind of starting to, it's like lifting the shadow right there. Let me see if I can build that up right in that area. Let me try a flat brush that's not wet and see if it goes on better. Oh yeah, that's much better. Some shimmer shades work well and go on a little more vibrant when you wet the brush first, but this one apparently is not the case. That is so pretty. There's a little bit of fallout with this metallic shade. I'm going to take this brush, the other one that I had wet, and go over this one just a little bit. Because I'm noticing that the shadow on the right side is a little more brighter and more vibrant than on this eye. There we go. That's better. I'm going to go back and take Show Factor and just see if I can put a little bit more on this outer corner here. I'm not getting a whole lot of depth in that outer corner. Not as much as I would like. I think for the inner corner, I'm going to take Play It Cool, which is the kind of silver metallic-y shade, and just put that in the corner here. Little fallout. It's a nice shade, but like I said, this one has a little more fallout. I think I want to take the Ice Cold shade and kind of take that underneath the eye a little bit And blend that out like that. So I can get a little more depth and dimension to the eye by doing that. That helps a little bit, you know. Not a whole lot. Take the Mente in this inner area. Yeah, there is a lot of powder with these shades. Well, I think that's the best that we're going to do today. I'm taking my NYX Epic Ink liner pen, and I'm going to do a little wing. Do the other eye. The key to doing eyeliner on a wing, if you have hooded eyelids or you have eyelids that have a little bit looser skin, is to fill in your line with your eyes open. That way you can see exactly where you're laying the line. I used to do it with my eyes closed, and I would like kind of pull on the corner a little bit, but I found when I did that and I let the skin go, the line would never be where I actually thought it was going to be. It would be like straight out to the side, or it would be straight down, but it wouldn't have that nice wing that you get when you lay the liner down with your eyes open. These are like a little uneven. Let me try to make this one match the right. They're a little bigger and a little more wider than I originally planned for them to be, but there you know. I give my lashes a little curl. Throw in some mascara. Gonna use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm trying to use up mascaras that I already have before I buy anymore. And I'm almost to the bottom of this one. I may have a couple more uses, and then I can throw this in my empties basket for that video that I'll be doing in the future whenever I get enough products empty to do a full video. I'm going to put on some Ardell Wispy Lashes. I'm going to do that part off camera because it takes a minute for me to get the lashes on straight and the way that they're supposed to go. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be right back. Lashes are done. I'm going to go ahead and give my face a quick spritz with my Slay the Day Gerard Cosmetic Setting Spray. Just kind of set everything down. Last thing we're going to do is lips. I'm going to go ahead and put on, let me throw on some lips real quick. This is the NK Lip Pencil in Coral. I thought a coral shade along with the blush would be pretty with this minty eyeshadow look. Lipstick I'm using is the Shane Dawson Lip Velour, and this is Are You Filming? This is one of my favorite lip shades in that collection. Alrighty, and we are finished. Nice little fun, kind of relaxing, get ready with me. As far as the palette is concerned, I like the shades. I did notice when I did the swatches that they were a little bit powdery, but I really did enjoy the kind of cool iciness of it. The only thing is that on the eyelids, a lot of the shades kind of pull similar. I do like the finished look that we put together. It's really pretty. It's really cool. I think it actually kind of brings out my eye color, works really well with my skin tone. I will say that I prefer the greens in the Just My Luck to the greens in the Meant to Be, but I don't regret having both palettes. Like I said, coming next month, I'm going to combine the two palettes to do kind of a 4th of July, St. Patrick's Day look, so that should be kind of fun. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun doing makeup with me. I know I had fun playing with makeup. If you like this video, be sure to throw it a like. Be sure to subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified of future videos. I think I'm going to be doing a blush crush video, get ready with me, next. And I ordered the Bloodlust Jeffree Star eyeshadow palette and the Sailor Moon eyeshadow palette from the Colourpop. It's a whole story behind the Sailor Moon collection, but be sure to look out for those, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.